Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Well, Panasonic. Oh, before I get going here, we got the Eisenhower Expressway just over there, and right now there's helicopters circling around. So I'm guessing something happened out there. It's not that uncommon. Anyway, moving forward, Panasonic Lumix land is all excited because it looks like new cameras are going to be announced on May 13th, 2025. So it looks like we're going to get a couple new cameras and maybe a new lens or two. My guess is these are going to be L-mount cameras and L-mount lenses. It would be nice for those of us in Micro Four Thirds land to see some updated cameras. Not sure. We're pretty set on lenses. What could they do? Maybe refresh some existing lenses for Micro Four Thirds? Maybe. But the question is anybody in the United States going to be able to afford all of this nice new stuff given Trump tariffs? And they are Trump tariffs. Uh, these tariffs are hitting small businesses terribly. Some of those small businesses are owned by MAGAs who voted for this and now are complaining about it. It's like, folks, you didn't listen to him. He said he was going to put in tariffs. Should have listened to him. You shouldn't have listened to him when he told you that China was going to pay for the tariffs. Live and learn. And don't vote to hurt other people, because dollars to donuts, if you do that, it's going to, whatever you're voting for is going to come back and bite you in the butt. So quit complaining. You're not going to get any sympathy from somebody like me. But give you an example, Leica has raised their prices 90%. So taking the Deluxe 8, which is essentially an updated Panasonic LX100 Mark II, and $1,500 camera is now going to cost you almost $2,800. Yay. I've seen a lot of reviews of the Deluxe 8. People like it. Some folks seem to have gotten copies with less than stellar lenses. That's too bad. You would think that Leica would make sure that nothing goes out of the factory with a lens. But really, yeah, $2,800 for this. If Panasonic were to come out with an LX100 Mark III that sells for the same amount of money that this did, $800 when it was brand new, when I bought it, a 90% tariff or 90% bump in price would take it right up to $1,500 where the Deluxe 8 is now. I'd stick with this. So camera manufacturers, this is really going to hurt them as well, because people are not going to be able to afford to buy equipment. Canon has had to raise prices. Their $2,500 body, I believe, what's that, the R6 Mark II, that's going up over $3,000. It's just crazy, and it's not working. There's a chopper. I'm going to have to look after this to see what the heck is going on out there. Unfortunately, if it's out on the Eisenhower, that's not something my paper would cover, really, unless it was something horrendous. If it's a minor accident, we wouldn't. Anyway, as far as Micro Four Thirds, my wish list, if they were to come out with some new cameras, would be, I'm going to reach back here, how about, and of course they just did update the G95 here to the G97. Wasn't much of an update. I mean, I think they put USB-C on it and might have done a couple of other things. It's essentially the same camera as a G95. I would like to see, let's say they come out with a, well, you can't call it a G100 because that already exists, but an updated G95, G97 with phase detect autofocus, so that you have a little bit of a more trim body compared to the G9 Mark II. And there's a fairly significant weight difference here. This is like, I don't know, 580 grams for the body here, and this is like 730 grams. This is 20 ounces, 25 ounces, roughly, body only. And of course, I have quick release plates on my cameras. I guess I do want to put them on a tripod, but that would be something I'd really be interested in, because when we go on trips, should we go on another trip, because that's another thing. Getting on an airplane these days, not sure I would do that given what they've done to air traffic control. But were we to go on a trip, I much prefer taking something like this than taking something like this, because it's smaller, it's trim, and I really don't have to worry about it as much since, yeah, this is what, $1,800, and this right now, what, $700, $800 for one of these brand new? So not as big a hit if something happens to it. And yeah, I would like to see an updated LX 100 with phase detect. That'll be awesome. 25 megapixel sensor, still with the aspect ratio lever. So that would probably cut it down to around 20 megapixels or so. Well, T-Bone just arrived and is complaining because he wants food. Still gotta wait, buddy. Yeah, well, this would be great to see something updated. I'll tell you a little story about this. I've frequently, when I go out on a photojournalism assignment, and I'll get these assignments where I have to shoot basically a headshot portrait type of thing, more of a portrait of somebody that they're doing a story on. And I will take this camera and a Godox 350 flash, TT350 flash, and shoot the entire thing with this. And I did this earlier this week for a Catholic school over in Chicago that we're doing a story on, and photographed some of the faculty, staff, and some of the students, students in classrooms and so on. Shot the entire thing with the LX 100. And just captioned them and submitted them. The story's going to run next week. And I got an email back from the publisher saying, nice photos. So you can definitely do photojournalism with this. Obviously limited to the 24 to 75 equivalent lens, but what comes out of this camera is perfectly fine for that, and other things as well. Anyway, so those are my thoughts. We'll see what happens when this announcement day comes. Hope everybody in Elmont land is happy with what comes, and if we don't get anything from April 3rd this time, let's hope for next time. I'm Todd Banner. I will see you next time.